Hi everybody. Today I'm talking about the power of habit, and I want to talk about how habits work. And I'm going to be looking at some of Duhigg's ideas. So if you have your books, take them out, and let's start with chapter 1, page 17. At the top of the page, he talks about this idea called chunking, and I've written it here on the board for you. Chunking. Chunking is when our brains take a bunch of different ideas and they make it into an automatic process. Duhigg says the brain converts a sequence of actions into an automatic routine. This happens automatically. We're not even aware of it. And it's a very important part of the habit loop. If we go on down to the page, another very important idea is, he says at the bottom of the page, the brain is constantly looking for ways to save effort. I've written it here. The brain is constantly looking for ways to save effort. Our brains are amazing. Some people would say they're lazy, but I would like to think that my brain is efficient. My brain wants to get so much done that it's always trying to save effort. It's trying to get as much done in the least amount of time as possible. So what it does is it chunks things together. Well, that's great if it's chunking good things together, but sometimes it chunks bad things together. So also on page 17 in the middle, he says, this is paragraph 1, 2, 3 at the end of the paragraph, he says this routine occurs by habit. So if we turn the page then, and look at the very top of the page, on page 18, it says that these habits allow our minds to ramp down more often. Our minds are taking in everything that happens. We're consciously only aware of a few things, but actually my mind is aware of everything. It's aware of the hummingbird that's going on outside my office, and the trash truck that just drove by, and the gardener man that's outside, and the buzz 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 of the light, and the heater that just kicked on. My mind is aware of everything, and the fact that my cat wants to get fed. But my conscious mind is thinking about the fact that the video is recording and I really don't want to start over again. So our mind has all of these things happening all of the time. It's exhausting. And so what it wants to do is it wants to conserve effort. It chunks things together so that it can ramp down. The phrase, where did it go? The phrase ramp down, what this means is it means calm down. Take a break. Don't you get tired sometimes? When you're energetic, when you're doing your best all the time, you get tired. So does your brain. So your brain wants to slow down. It wants to calm down. It wants to ramp down. So what it does is it makes habits, which again can be good for you or bad for you. So if we keep then going on, we're going to move on to page 20. We're going to skip the habit loop. We're going to come back to that in a completely different video because I want to go in depth on the habit loop. So in your chapter, it goes into the habit loop, but just keep on going. I want to make sure we understand the process. So go to page 20. And on page 20, this is a very important line. It's the very last sentence of page 20. And he says, without habit loops, our brains would shut down, overwhelmed by the minutia of daily life. There's just too much happening. Our brains take it all in and they just couldn't handle it. They'd be like, oh my God, I can't handle it anymore. Stop, make it stop. So what they do is they conserve. They conserve effort and they make habits. They make habits so that we can get through life and get done what we need to get done. And this all happens automatic. It's an automatic process. It is, in fact, the habit loop. Then he goes on page 25, and this is really important. Page 25, flip over to page 25. Where is it? Page 25. In the bottom of the paragraph, so let's see, paragraph 1, 2, 3, the last paragraph on the page, he says, Duhigg says, habits are powerful, but delicate. They're delicate. What does that mean, they're delicate? Well, they're fragile. They're breakable. We can change them. They're not bands of steel. We can, in fact, change them, but they are powerful. So we have to approach them correctly. We have to change them correctly. We have to do the right thing to change them. If we turn the page to page 26, in paragraph 1, 2, 3, it also says, habits emerge without our permission. You don't have to give your brain permission to make a habit. Your brain's gonna do it anyway. Your brain is doing this all day long. Your brain is chunking. Your brain is ramping down. This is what your brain does. And then this is my favorite quote. It's one of my favorite ideas in the entire book. This giant book that has, I don't know how many pages it has. It has a lot of pages. It has 300, over 200 and some odd pages. This is my favorite quote. It's on page 27. It's in the first full paragraph, and here it is. It says, even small shifts can end the pattern. Why? Because they're delicate, these patterns. Like lace, like a spider's web. A spider's web is amazing. A spider's web can hold up all these things, and bugs get in them and they get trapped and then they die and the spider eats them. But a person walks through and boom, it shatters it. So what can we do? We can actually shatter bad habits. We can change bad habits. We can reform bad habits. We can take control of our brains. We can be in control of our habits. Yes, habits form without our permission, and this is going to happen, but we are in control of our habits. And Duhigg and the Power of Habit is going to tell us how. So the next video is going to explain in depth the habit loop, so I encourage you to watch that. Have a good day, everybody.